Alright guys, so I've been looking around for a 3/4 ton truck for a couple guys in Newfoundland. Been hard to find one, so we got this one. I haven't paid for it yet, so I wanted to go over it. Putting on the hoist, it's got some issues, so I'm going to look it over. I'm going to get Jay to come out and look it over. But it's hard to find 3/4 ton trucks that's in good shape, that's not rotted out, and that's the problem. Without paying big money, or you pay big money and it's a P.O.S. So I wonder if this is a P.O.S. Stay tuned.
Woo! Right, so back on basket case. Yeah, that's her. Originally had a list made up there, and I went to CarQuest to get it. That's where I go 95% of the time. Those guys are awesome. CarQuest in Dartmouth on Acreley. This is what the list of stuff that I got for the truck. Side shock is done. So I looked at the driver's side one, and I'm tapping like that, but either one of them could be the driver's side. You know what I mean? So the driver's side one was just getting bad, so I decided to get two. The rear differential and front differential, it takes $75.90, so luckily this should do. If not, I got some more there. Outer tie rod on the driver's side's got a big slash in it, so I decided to get a new one of those. The caliper, that's why I was dragging an anchor, or felt like I was dragging an anchor, so I got a new one of these. I'm going to get this changed. I got to bring the core back, but that's no big deal. I can do that later. Transmission filter and fluids and engine oil, all that stuff I'm going to be putting on. That's a good little job. I didn't want to go to Newfoundland without doing the fluids. It's 12, 13, 1400 kilometers. I didn't want to break down because I didn't check the fluid or change the fluid. The coolant won't be done. I'll check the coolant, but other than that, pretty much anything will be done for the guys that's getting the truck. And down the road, peace of mind, that'll last the truck probably. It's 2011 going to Newfoundland. God knows. But all they have to worry about is engine oil as a thing that will come up pretty fast, but the rest should be good. Yeah, see what Sully's up to. If he's not in the mood to do anything today, that's fine. I'll just chug along in the garage and have some fun. Yeah, so it's been a common thing with this truck I'm starting to notice. As you can see, I got the front clip all off here. You would think this would take a few minutes. Actually, the brake caliper took me a lot longer, but I saved a lot of time over here. I don't know if you can remember. Well, that's all the stuff there. So this lower bumper or upper bumper cover, that was laid on there. And I did notice that the cover was kind of flopping, or the front grille. So the front grille was a little floppy, so I took the hood up, and this plastic piece here was just whoop laid on there. And when I took that off, the grille just went whoop. So I couldn't believe that. So I saved a bunch of time taking this apart. Yeah, whoever put it back together, I guess, just laid it on there. So if you took the hood off, it would just go on the ground, maybe. But yeah, the bumper needs to be replaced down the road, but I kind of undercoated it right now. She's kind of rusty crusty in there, but not too bad. Not like it's gone, but definitely starting to go. I like to find a top cover for the motor, the 6-liter upper cover for the plenum there, just to make it pretty. And yeah, just moving along. But she's definitely an interesting cat. But I had a hard time getting these off. Now these Chevys ones, they got Allen heads, and they're all the way in here. They're not like external bolts that you can come onto. But I thought I was going to strip these out, but it was a little short. Piece of an Allen wrench there, they finally broke. And I'm going to be putting never sees on the bolts. So next time that someone takes this apart, they're not going to have a hard time like I did. At least, hopefully not. But yeah, that was fun tonight. I never broke any fingers. Felt like I did. All right, so this is probably boring as shit, but lens was dirty. This truck was worked hard. I know the past 5 or 6 years pretty hard. It's a 2500 HD, so it's a 1-ton truck, so that's what she got used for. It's got that 6-liter in it, and 6L90E in it, I think, transmissions. But anyways, they're pretty tough. They're better than the 6L80s. My buddy Kendrick, it was at his place for a little bit. He was busy, but he done a great job. He actually made a new rocker for this side. He made one pretty keen, that guy is. And up there, it's hard to see, but I'll show you later maybe, but the whole driver's side floor was gone, the sill and everything. So he rebuilt all that, and it's pretty strong now. Like I say, it's not no brand new truck, so it's good and strong. Will last the life of her. I put a couple new shocks in there, this side and the other side. The O2 sensors are bad in it, so I put a new one on the passenger side, and I took the threads out of the exhaust on this side, so I ended up having to get a tap. So that's my next one, to get tap it out and try to get that O2 sensor in. Other than that, I got to start working on lights and the rest of the other codes to get this safety and put all the grill back in and anything else. But yeah, she's coming along. Just picking at her. It's stress time now because I only got a couple weeks and she's going to Newfoundland. So yeah, all my easy time is gone. Now I gotta put my head down and get her ready. But yeah, here's what it is. The old Trans Am is taking up a lot of our time. We got hundreds of hours into it. It's been fun, but again, not getting to any of our stuff. But yeah, it'll turn and we'll get back at it. But here's what it is. That's what happens. That's life. Fancy lights on the roof didn't work, so once I took all this apart, everything kind of went yeah, so I gotta clean up all this stuff here. Everything you touch, the wires fall off, so gonna fix what I can and put it all back together. And well, some of it I don't even know how it works, so I gotta kind of figure it out, but for the most part I understand. Right, so I don't know if anyone's after doing a tap on an O2 sensor, but this is the before O2 sensor on the driver's side. So you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just kind of turning that tap in. You turn it in a little bit, and then you back it off a little bit, and then you turn it in some more, and you back it off, and that kind of keeps any debris or shavings, metal filings from taking out the new treads. So I'll try it. I'm just taking my time, but yeah, slow and steady. Whoa! Yeah, so I'm gonna call that a win. That thread it right in there nice and perfect. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, eh? Yeah, so that's the tool there. That's the O2 sensor thread. Nice and clean. It's got 2 places there to get rid of the filings, and maybe 3. It is 3. Holy crap, I can't count. Yeah, this worked great for me. Saved me some money, and I don't have to get any of those bungs or weld in a new one or one of those adapter ones, so that's great. Also, I forgot before I started videoing, but before you take that one out, you should always make sure that this one cracks. So before I got this one out, I did make sure that this one actually turns, because what happens if you got this one out, all the fluid's drained, and you strip this or you can't get it out, you're kind of screwed, unless you're not going anywhere right now. But yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. Make sure you check that one first, and then you can take this one out. Yeah, so it was a pretty good night in the Bad Gas Garage for sure. I got a lot done. I didn't video much, but a lot of it was just boring stuff. But I'll just do a little bit of a cleanup to what I did. I don't know if you remember, but I'm assuming you did because it's just in this earlier part of the video. But this cover was hanging off shit for an accident. Tweaked the light a little bit, so I got the light tightened up a bit. This was hanging off, so I got done some MacGyvering, and they're pretty tight. I don't know if you remember, but this was falling off. So I got all new clips for here. I fixed some, and I had some in the basket there, so I put those in. And this was hanging off, so I had some clips from my old Chevy, so I put those in. So now everything is actually solid on the truck, not flopping around. And it looks pretty good. Yeah, they were all winged out, and that light I had to straighten that up a little bit. Most of them are, the clips are all broke over the years from smashing into stuff. You know, Chevys love to smash into stuff. So then, like I say, I moved on to up here. In the dash was a mess. The 3 switches, oh my god, I had to rewire all that. Still not the best, but it's 10 times better than what was there. I didn't want to go wasting too much time, but it is a lot safer. At least stuff, the wires don't fall off. So that 55-inch bar up there, that's AIM now. Before, the bolts were, I don't know if they were stripped out, but they were in weird, so Had to take them out, clean them up, put them back in, and with some locking washers. And now it's actually aimed and it's not flip floppy. These here, yeah, I got these working now. One of those wouldn't work right, so the flasher and the light works for the backup. And this one here, the other flasher, it works, but the other one don't on the strobes. I think it's toast, but I'll fix what I can. There's a bunch of lights that I gotta fix along the flat deck, a couple in the back, and just stuff that's never fixed by people. Just the odds and sods, but I like to do that. Get it right back to the way the truck should be. It's old, but a lot of it can be working again. So yeah, this was a great night. Looks pretty good now. The dipping was great. I actually got in over the top so I can do some stuff. I thought that was cool. So yeah, it's almost like a car with the tires off. She's doing a little ballet. I started pulling all these wires out, trying to figure out why the whole side markers didn't work. I think one worked on the other side. None of them works on the back side, the red ones. So I started ripping and tearing. Of course, that's what I do. I just started ripping and tearing, and then all of a sudden I got it all apart. But I'm glad I did, because I started testing the wiring, and it was a connector there bad. One light was shorted and was dragging the rest of it down. So I decided I had new ones. Actually, a buddy of mine gave it to me. So as you can see, these are newer. Inside here, they're full with like a gel, so they're sealed. The old one, the water used to get in through there and corrode the board and then just fall apart. So that's what happened to them. So I'm thinking these will last longer. And these are smoked and they're amber, and they're a lot brighter. So I think it's going to look really good when all this truck lights up. I remember here years ago when it was all working and it looked pretty sweet going down the road. So with these here, I'm putting it all back together. Inside here is these. So I heated up the butt joint, the glue melts, and then I added some extra protection. This is like a line voltage or line tape, high voltage tape. So you take and you stretch it on, and when you stretch it on, it kind of really gets sticky, and it sticks really good, and it kind of acts as like a heat shrink, but it keeps a little bit, most of the debris out of this. So just a little bit of added protection, and I'm doing it all along here. And when it's all done, there's kind of aluminum strips up here that wraps around the wire, and with a tie wrap, and it keeps this all up, which keeps it pretty neat. There's not much you can do. This is just a piece of quarter plate all down the side. So what can you do? You can put some armor or something up there, but it doesn't matter. Water and salt is going to get in there. So the best you can do is protect your connections, because this is actually good automotive wire. It's got a good sheath on the outside, and it'll last the truck. So once it's all done, the red ones I don't have. I had to order them on Amazon. All those don't work, and I don't have all in, just got the amber. So it's going to be pretty sweet. It's great night in the garage. Once I get all this done here now, it's going to take me a little while. It's quite a bit of time just to do all this wiring, but to do it right, frig it, it's going to look amazing, and it'll probably last the truck, unless they smash it or do something and rip the wiring off it, or God knows. But not my fault. Once it goes there, I don't care. Actually, I'll probably drive it again, and I'll probably be working on it. But anyways, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll worry about that years to come. Yeah.
All right, folks, thanks for watching. Whoever made it to the end here, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Be sure to watch out for the second video of this where I take it home after I get it all fixed. Back to Newfoundland. Cheers.